Good morning, sweethearts. Gio, Tony, hey.
Good
Hello.
morning, Rosa, Gio. How are you?
Very good. How are you, sweetheart? Tony?
Uh, very good as well. Happy to be here.
Yeah, me too. I'm also happy for no reason. Yeah, I want to greet you from Xander. He is at the moment in Stockholm, like 1 hour flight, visiting his friends. And
Uh-huh.
they have children and they're celebrating birthdays. So in a way, Xander is hopping from a party to the next party to the next party. So that's why Xander is the party, not the party pooper, but the party hopper. And yeah, greetings from him. And yeah, so that's why he is not here now. But we will rock the show, of course. And what's up? Do you have any impulses? Do you want to share something? I love to listen.
Gio,
Let's see if something pops up. Is my sound better?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yes. Tony, the other Tony was right because I made a ground connection and I think it fixed the,
Ah, okay.
my microphone.
Yeah, good. So maybe I will start. I can always blubber no matter what. Here it's just coming.
Sure,
yes,
Yeah,
please.
sure.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, it just really like I still stick to the boom for no reason. It was from the very beginning. Um when I kind of was seeing that that this is totally unknown. There is nothing to get, and that everything are just beautiful ideas swirling around. And no matter what thought ideas popping up, that's it already. And I was in a way, because it was quite intensive, I was going through the emotions. I used the emotions kind of um, because it was the most intensive thing. And while in a way, it felt like completely dying into the emotion in the sense that there was just full on emotion and no thought anymore, completely blank, blackout, boom, in an intense emotion, let's say intense emotion. But this can be, for example, panic attack, or for example, joy, bright joy, bliss. And this was very intensive, I can remember. In what I was over and over dying into this as a praxis, because I simply saw the emptiness of it. Normally, there is a resistance to the intensity of the emotion or whatever is appearing. And this was, in a way, the thing I did. But of course, I wasn't doing anything. It was just like playing out like this. And now I simply notice that it's a very ordinary life. Everything is full on, very simple, very direct. And this praxis is not anymore happening. There is a memory about now, like sharing with you. And wow, just woo. And yeah. And now it's simply really like it's what is. Having a cold, um, relaxing or not relaxing, having hunger, thinking, no matter what, it's just very simple. It's just very simple what is.
Yes,
Yeah.
the same here. The same here. I'm still uh, boom with all there is this, just this. only celebration, just celebration. And for this, sometimes speaking about labels, steps, and levels, and different approaches and methodologies, here is felt boring, really boring. Well, that's what's happening. Because, well, without because. Just
Yeah.
like this. Yeah? It's like the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, exactly, Tony. And it was always just the directness of what is.
Of course, always.
And
There's
not
not
even
a before.
yeah, exactly. And even not this. And even not this, because in a way, yeah, I can't say anything actually.
No
It's just
words. No
that's
words.
why I started with the boom.
Yes.
What is this? Nothing. It's a sound.
Yes.
It's yeah.
A wonder, a marvel, a mystery, not knowing, and any necessity to know. Then that's absolutely freeing. You know, any at all. Here, I have always been a very ordinary guy with an ordinary life, working, having a family. Then I know perfectly what is separation, what is being a me, what is time, what is supposed to be space, what is supposed to be duality. But when I am here with all of you, I am looking forward to celebrate that there's no me, there's no time, there's no space, there's no separation. Please, no.
It's cool, sweetheart. It's cool. You know, I had an interview. I'm not diving now deeper into this because we're recording, and this was cool because this was the first guy. I had several interviews, and this was the first guy, a professor, and he said to me, "Oh, I can read there is one of your hobbies is non-duality. Can you tell me more about this?" And I was like, it was so cool. I was like, I was happy, of course, in the talk, but then I was like booming, woo! And then I thought, okay, let's go strategically a little bit.
Yes.
Normally, I'm not really thinking before talking. And because this is a bit special, I just thought and I said, okay, just keep it very, very simple. Otherwise, you cannot stop talking about it's such a joke. You see, it's such about what is non-duality. Come on. And I simply said, well, not two, neither one, no separation. And he was like, and I simply switched and then I simply started with, you know what? I thought I'm the only crazy girl having such love for the directness of what is. But then I met a lot of other friends on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm so happy about this. And always when this is in a way happening, I always notice that I'm like, oh, very happy, you know, for no reason, just a big joy. Yeah.
Like 2 days ago, I had a funny experience. It was just an experience. I was closing the door, and when I saw my hands, suddenly I realized that the whole world of knowing, the whole world of knowledge was like a bubble, like a sphere, enclosed without borders, right? But it was, I've never looked at it in such a distinct way. It was so funny to look at what is knowledge, what is the known. And, you know, it was so strange. And for some time, I was this whole bubble of the known, surrounded by something that is unspeakable.
Mhm.
Yeah, nice. I love it, Gio. Love
Very
it how you
nice.
put
Just
it.
an
Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
an experience. Beautiful.
Here, 2 or 3 years ago, kind of an experience I have already explained to Rosa, I remember. But suddenly I saw a kind of a little ball moving, uh, kind of breathing, and was very clear that was an artificial me, a me pretending to be loved, pretending to be liked, wanting to be loved, and feeling ashamed, feeling a lot of pride, and can't helping but doing only this, just this, like a bubble, like a bubble. Wow, and was so endearing because wow, it's like this. It can do otherwise. It can help but doing this, no? Feeling blame, feeling proud, being wanting to be liked, and well, like this. But
Yeah.
it's so little, so meaningless that it's endearing at the end because well, like this. And
Yeah.
was the experience of seeing this from nothing,
Yeah.
and sometimes I change back this so clear, no, when the bubble of the mind begins to well, nothing to do, can't do otherwise. Mind is the duality is this, only this, just this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And the funny thing to me was that I was able to look at knowing objectively. And there was this sense of how can something be known? It's so funny and it's so interesting and it's so beautiful. This world of pretending to be known.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to know, but it
It's a
somehow
joke. It's
it
a
is
joke.
known. It is
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all made
And
up.
the whole
Totally
yeah,
made up. Totally made up.
totally.
It's exactly like when you are dreaming at night. It's completely made up. Absolutely
Yeah.
made up. You have no and this is in a way the wow. This is in a way the why. And when you see it during the day, you just see this whatsoever. Like this is how can we? Yeah, it's amazing. I cannot describe it. And ordinary. Hey, Anand. Hey, sweetheart. Gregory. Good morning. Gregory is killing me again with his picture. I love it. Very creative art. Feel free to share if you want to share something, Anand, Gregory. Um, yeah, we are just innocently reporting here stuff.
The other day, you, Rosa, you brought up an interesting subject. We were saying that non-duality is nothing. I mean, what is non-duality? It is
It's a
nothing.
word, it's a sound.
It's a word. But then you said, but somehow we
Yeah,
are meeting here, and there
yeah,
is this cloud of
yeah.
of of what we call non-duality. So in a way, we are still looking at something that is called non-duality.
As if like Toni also said, it's just a joy meeting at the evening, like with you now. Also for me, it's just happening. No
Yeah,
choice in this, and it's just it's a joy, and I have no idea why. And I always tend to say, follow your highest excitement, and this is in a way this this bubble of non-duality here. Let's put it like this, or booming aliveness, or whatever you say, or the directness of what is. It seems to be something special, yeah, but but it's
it's
not.
not. It's not.
That's the joke, you know. That's the job. That's why for me it's like just meeting friends, sharing and reporting, like very ordinary. And
Yeah.
I simply cannot. I love to talk a lot and share stories, but simply because it's recorded and out on YouTube, I cannot tell too much. But privately with you, of course. And otherwise, yeah. As I said, I just said to this booming. It's just booming, no matter what. So direct, and there is also a lot of laughter happening. Yeah. Yeah, in a way it is. It is a bubble. And also like how Toni, Daniels, and Zander were in a way um, flipping the coin. Yeah, right. Awareness, and what is awareness? It's just yeah. It seems as if we are talking about something, but it's not. It's exactly the directness of the voice, of the sound, completely without any meaning. And at the same time, it's exactly the meaning, saying awareness or not. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Meaningful and meaningless at the same time.
Yeah. Simple. Gregory, what's up, sweetheart?
How you doing, Rosa?
I'm good. I'm booming. How are you?
Yeah, this was kind of unexpected to even be here right now. So, usually I'd be a little bit busy right now. I wouldn't even be able to get on. I was explaining to you just a couple weeks ago. So this is actually I was talking to somebody right now, and they just reminded me. I was, oh, wait a second, Rosa's meeting is going.
Cool.
Yeah, so yeah, so it's kind of like spontaneous, even though I knew it was here.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
share something?
Well, I'm just popping in to see what you guys were sharing. I mean, there's not, I don't really much know what to say about this. Recently, I mean, there's been a lot of times where it's really easy, like the words just come and just seem to fall
Yep.
out of his mouth all the time. And
Yep.
then, like, there's no shutting up about this. Even if you try to shut up about it, it's just gonna flow. Um, and then there's these times where there's nothing that really wants to be said, but and there's just an enjoyment of listening to what everything else that's being said. And there's just a lot of authenticity that's even being said in things when people are not even talking about this. They're just talking about whatever seems to be happening. And there's like this, and there's like in touch with their, there's, they're not hiding anything in that and what they feel or whatever. And it just feels very like everything else is enlightened. Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
just like everything's just happening. Everything's just happening. It just shows itself to just be happening. And there's just really nothing that you got to do. It's just already done. There's nothing you can do. And if you even try to
Beautiful.
do it, it's already just being done. So there's nothing you can do about it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. It's in a way this beautiful free fall,
Yeah.
and it's nothing special about it. And it's not an understanding.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Even because it's hard to say, even when there's no understanding there, it's still this, still obviously this. And that's
Yeah.
obviousness that seems to be overlooked. It's quite ordinary. And that's why it's so easy to overlook it because it's so ordinary. But it's always there, right? It's always obvious. This is always obvious. What's happening is obvious in this area, whether you know or not. You can say, "Oh, I know what this is," or "I don't know what this is," but there's still that obviousness.
And that's why I guess some people um, are kind of cracking up when when this when this is instantly so obvious,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
it looks like as if something is happening, but it's not.
yeah. Can't grab a hold of it because it's just even trying to describe it, it's already gone and done. And then the words, even trying to describe it, it's just like writing on water because it's just you can't get it all written out. It's evaporating before you can even get it done. So it's just what's happening. And it's beautiful. It's innocent. It's like forgiven as it's happening. That's where I think I kind of, it's like understanding without understanding what forgiveness is. And I was like, no, everything's already kind of forgiven. It's just flowing right through, like it
Totally.
never happened.
Totally.
So, and it makes what's happening pretty precious, because it's just, there's so much happening and it's just so delightful, all that's happening. And it's just, there's no way to
That,
describe it. How do you put words to it all? Because there's not
yeah,
enough
yeah,
words
yeah,
even.
but the funny thing is it's every word already.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit, this impulse is coming up here, about the time when we were seeking.
Mm.
There was a time when I was really seeking. And the thing which was seeking was to have a better life, to feel better. Seeing people managing life so good, in a way trying to do it like this, because I was hearing it. Yeah, it's when you do this, and then, and it's always about better,
Yeah.
less suffering. And in a way, the seeking energy stopped when I had no no preference anymore how this should be. It's as it is. And
Mm.
it's not like saying it's as it is to be able to cope, to deal with the situation. No, no, no.
Mm.
You can say it's a giving up. You can say it's an acceptance, but everything is no, it's not. I can be very angry. I can be very, very full on. Fear still arises, of course. Stress still arises, nervosity in those interviews. Wow, what a beauty.
Yeah.
My fingers were kind of shaking, in some moments. Wow, what a beauty. So what? And this is in a way, um, yeah, it's just life. A way to put it, which I love to say, just there is no rose in life, there's just life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's something
Yeah, Toni.
similar. If I think and when I was a seeker, and now the difference was that before there was always something missing, something lacking. I didn't know what was, but something, no, something that is not this, and now that is not,
Yeah.
because everything that seems to lack, so to speak, is this, no? Even this sensation, or even this lacking, or even this fear, or whatever, is
Yeah.
full, is complete.
Yeah.
It's not
That's it.
two. It's not me having
Yeah.
fear. It's
Yeah.
not something lacking. Really, no,
Yeah.
nothing is missing.
Yeah.
It's so clear. But I am putting words, and when putting words, there is a spoiler, no,
Yeah.
because this is not is without words really.
Yeah.
But nothing is missing, absolutely.
Yeah. Beautiful. I also thought that the seeking should end. As long as I'm seeking, it's not it. I have to get, it's just like also but it's funny because I'm not anymore watching like non-dual meetings so much, just very few from my favorites, the introductions. But when I listen to the first questions popping up, it's still the same drive. Like in a way, the people want to be convinced. Let's talk about me. I needed in a way the confirmation that this is it. That's it. It's done. No you to start with. It's not about you. You are here without any interest. And it's hurt when it's hurt. When you hear it, it's just like, oh my gosh. And And what changed? Nothing.
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 Nothing. And I
Totally nothing.
I love watching sometimes these questions about seekers to the speakers,
Yeah.
because different aspects, different me's that are not really different from this are the same. Well, here is nothing missing, but at the same time is a mirror and a beautiful different attitudes, different faces, and always the same at the end, but so colorful and different voices. And it is amazing. Is love. Is only unconditional love, knowing or not knowing, but it's unconditional love. How
Absolutely.
it arises.
Absolutely. Yeah, beautiful.
In my personal story, there was not a point of change. I don't remember a certain point where I was a seeker and suddenly I am not a seeker anymore. It is more like an intermittent. During the day I am a seeker a few dozens of times, and I stop seeking another few dozens of times. It's funny. I don't remember a moment of great change.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's the same here, Gio. It's the same here.
No, it's not
I cannot say when this stopped or started. It's just really like no start and no end.
It's kind of always like melting into everything, so it's really hard to determine where that would even be located at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just seems to happen because there was a full-on identification with all those thoughts that were happening, a full-on feeling sense of me. I was always trying to escape what is. I was always trying to escape feelings or whatever, trying to escape the story it was telling itself, and then all that just seemed to stop. And some of it seemed to gradually stop, but it didn't gradually stop because this is never gradual. What's happening? It's just full on this. It's just what it is, as it is. It's not a succession of moments happening, but that's how it used to feel like. That's how it used to seem. That's how it would be described as. So bad days would happen, good days would happen, or good things within bad days, or bad things within good days. It was just there was always this labeling going on, and these feelings that were just like it was all out of control, and then trying to control it, trying to make it better, and trying to make it not be worse than whatever it was. Oh, this could be better, but let's not let it slide into being worse. Always trying to control it, and there was a lot of energy put into that, and it felt very burdensome on top of that. It made it feel like there was a me there that had to do all this stuff, that was responsible and dropping his responsibilities, and there was a lot of lack being experienced, and all that stuff, and all that just dropped away, and it was just seen as it's just not happening. There's nothing special to see it. It wasn't and angels come out of the sky and start saying, "Oh, you've seen through the light, you've seen through the game." It's just it's just like any other belief that you have. One day you're believing it, the next day you're not.
Yeah, and for everyone, it's quite different. Like I would say, when this in a way me simply disappears, dissolves, whatever this me is, the belief in an idea or a sense, whatever you call it, and there is nothing wrong with this. Yeah, this is in a way this. So what? So what? I don't care. I don't care, because here in this in this non-duality bubble, you are full of concepts. Boom, 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 boom. Thousand. This has to be. Okay. There is a me, and this me will dissolve. And then it's like this and this. And if it's not like this and this, then it's not this and this and this.
Right.
And it's amazing. I was just like, oh my gosh, what a bullshit. Here was, yeah, because I found myself in this non-duality bubble. What to do? What to do? And there are a lot of people, of course, not knowing anything about this, simply not having the need, of course, it happens automatically, naturally so, simply not talking about this. Yeah, about what? About what? It's not a thing. I mean, come on, and that's why this is in a way beautiful that we're now here in a way talking. And yeah, at the same time, it's funny. It's funny. What are we talking about? This and not even this. Yeah.
And speaking is very interesting, this topic, trying to speak about one moment and after, before and after, the dropping. And the interesting thing is that we can't, because there's no such a moment.
No.
Because at the end, there's not before and after. There's not cause and effect, because there's no time.
Right.
If wanting to understand this moment or this change or this dropping, you realize that there's no time, that all there is this, really.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and all the things are just stories, beautiful stories that we may build and has some sense, but meaningless. The stories.
Yeah, beautiful. Is there an escape of the story? Isn't everything in a way the story full on at the same time nothing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is no story already.
Yes.
That's the job.
Yes.
I can tell you everything, sweethearts. It's so beautiful,
Yes.
And it's,
one could say that every word is escaping from the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
Every word. On the one hand, it seems that the words want to grab to, but really are escaping.
Yeah.
Because this is ungraspable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always slipping away. Every word just slips away as soon as it's spoken.
But is there not almost like two movements? One cannot be gradual because you cannot take time to arrive at timelessness. It's impossible. It doesn't make sense, right? So here I go. I will say, so an insight into timelessness is always immediate. You cannot do it gradually. But at the same time, it seems to me that there are some psychosomatic changes or maybe some physical changes, perhaps in the brain, that seem to happen gradually. It seems that perhaps 20 years ago, I was not so much influenced by timelessness like I am today. Right? It seems so in the story. In the story, it seems so. So.
Yeah, nice. Well, I can't. I'm not seeing Geo already. I cannot see Geo, but I just see a body functioning. With like producing ideas and movements, reactions, and and talking about psychosomatic. 20 years ago, in the story. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's stories.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I can also say now, in a way, it feels very easygoing in the midst of the full-on shit. Really, it's like, okay, that's it. How to put it? There is an apparent difference, and at the same time, well, it's a fucking ordinary life.
Right.
I would lie if I'm going to say that it's not. Oh, yeah.
It's like waking up from a night dream. Let's say that you put an alarm clock, and just a few seconds before the alarm clock, you start dreaming that you are traveling around the world, and you go to different countries, and you go to different places in a few seconds, and then the alarm clock sounds, and let's say it's like a train right? And suddenly you wake up. So, you know, in those few seconds, you dreamed that you traveled around the world, and it took years, but it just didn't take any time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's simply amazing. Sweetheart, shall we continue in dream number 2?
Sure.
Okay, so all of you who has time and want to continue, just zoom in again with the same link. Okay,
Yes.
see you.